Coming to us from denver.cbslocal.com. This is a good one. 2 Aurora police officers, 1 former Aurora police officer, and 2 Aurora fire rescue medics face criminal charges in connection with the 2019 death of Elijah Mcclain. A statewide grand jury returned 32 charges in all, including manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide against the 5 men. Attorney General Phil Weiser announced the charges nearly 9 months after the grand jury began meeting and just over 2 years after Mcclain's death.
I am an introvert.
They restrained him with a carotid hold, and paramedics injected him with a powerful sedative, ketamine.
I can't breathe correctly because...
Now, a 32-count indictment. 2 officers, a former officer, and 2 paramedics each face a count of manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. 4 of the 5 also face assault charges. Mcclain's family described him as a kind introvert who played his violin to comfort cats at an animal shelter. They say he often wore a mask to keep warm because of a blood condition.
This is a loud and resounding statement that nobody is above the law.
Right after his death in August of 2019, prosecutors did not charge anyone.
It just means a lot that the people will be held accountable for what they did. And I know my son will be smiling.
Weiser called the DA's review limited. Whenever a person dies after an encounter with law enforcement, the community deserves a thorough investigation and justice. As our department conducted its work, it became clear we needed the grand jury and its enhanced investigative powers to obtain documents and to compel testimony from witnesses that would otherwise we wouldn't be able to obtain using ordinary investigative techniques. While it's highly unusual for an attorney general's office to handle homicides, Weiser says his office will prosecute the case. Our goal is to seek justice for Elijah Mcclain, for his family and friends, and for our state, the state of Colorado.
Legal experts say that while it's unusual for police officers to face charges in this type of case, it's extremely rare for paramedics to do so.
So again, it's another one where the cops just, dispatch told us this. We know what's going on already because dispatch told us. We're going to go out there and kick this guy's ass. I don't know if that's what they said, but that's how they are. They come out and they don't try to ask you what's going on. They already know what's going on because the caller told dispatch and dispatch told the radio. So they already know what's going on, right? Because dispatch and the caller got it right because they always get it right, right? See something, say something, and you're right, right? No.
Say his name.
For these protesters, but the case drew renewed attention last year following the murder of George Floyd. Some of Mcclain's last words, "I'm just different," became a rallying cry. Calling that response a hysterical overreaction, today the Aurora Police Union said our officers did nothing wrong. Sadly, Mr. Mcclain died due to a combination of exertion due to his decision to violently resist arrest and a pre-existing heart condition. But Mcclain's father wept as he heard the news.
At this moment, my department is filing the indictment in Adams County District Court. The indictment will be unsealed. It is important to remind everyone that a grand jury indictment is a formal accusation based on a determination of probable cause that an individual committed a crime under Colorado law. All defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Our department has the solemn duty to prosecute this case. Make no mistake, we recognize that this case will be difficult to prosecute. These types of cases always are. Our goal is to seek justice for Elijah Mcclain, for his family and friends, and for our state. In so doing, we advance the rule of law and the commitment that everyone is accountable and equal under the law. Many of you will have questions as this case proceeds. We understand that, and we want you to understand that we are limited in what we can say and will do our talking in court. We thank you in advance for your patience as this case goes forward. I want to thank the statewide grand jury for their service. I want to thank our team, our prosecutors, our investigators, and all staff members who worked hard on this case for over a year and will continue to do so. We're here today because Elijah Mcclain is not here, and he should be. He was a son, a nephew, a brother, and a friend. When he died, he was only 23 years old. He had his whole life ahead of him. And his family and his friends must now go on and live without him. His death is a loss to all of us. Elijah Mcclain's memory will live on as a blessing to all of us. After his death, Colorado continues to lead on law enforcement accountability. And in a separate civil investigation, my department is looking into whether the city of Aurora, specifically Aurora Fire and Aurora Police, have a pattern and practice of violating the civil rights of their community members. That matter is still ongoing. We will announce our findings when that investigation comes to a close.
The point is, Elijah Mcclain is textbook of nobody knows what's going on. They just go out there. There's this guy. He's, enjoying life until they kill him. But in the comment section, let me know how you feel about this story.